All right, welcome back, YouTube. I have no idea why Obamaphone 3 cut me off, but it did. It's pulled over here by the Pioneer Cemetery. I'm in a no parking zone, but the cops got bigger things to worry about than me. And technically, I'm not parking. I'm just stopped. It doesn't say no stopping. That's a fine line. At any rate, this is a lot safer place to stop than over by the tents. Yeah, I don't know why it stopped. That was weird. So it's 3:07 a.m. right now. I should really be home, but I get restless on lonely nights, especially when I sleep all day and I don't have work all night. And would love to be in bed with the so-called girlfriend, but even when I'm at her apartment, she doesn't seem interested in being in her bed with me. So oh yeah, people are definitely up. You're in the zone at night. I see a candle burning in a tent on the right. There's 12th Avenue, the entrance to the Human Services campus. I don't see anybody near the gate. It looks like it is definitely shut for the night. And sometimes when I come in late at night, there's some staff there trying to get people in and get them beds. But oh yeah, people are definitely up and out and about right now. So my daughter informed me the other day while I had dinner with her that Andre House has free open Wi-Fi, and it's really good. The Human Services campus doesn't, but on this side of the courtyard, you can get Andre House's Wi-Fi. So that's pretty cool. In fact, I would imagine most of my devices are latching onto it right now. Oh yeah, it's very lively in this area. Hope I see Tracy again. That woman was very sweet. Oh yeah, a lot of people up and doing their thing right now through here. I listened to the city of Phoenix officials in court yesterday, and they everything is fine. We're taking care of it. Oh, and of course the judge just, the way it works is the judge has to let the parties present the evidence. The judge, it would be a violation of court rules for the judge to just walk 3/4 of a mile to the west and take a look at it himself. It's a shame you can't do that, because any sane person could walk through where I just drove through and realize that yeah, that's not taken care of in the slightest. Absolutely can't wait. I'm bummed I wasn't able to go to that hearing or to that trial. I wish I could have attended that, but obviously me working those jobs at HelloFresh was way more important. My bank account's not at a bad place for the 13th of the month. However, unlike other previous months, I do not have steady paychecks coming in. So yeah, I don't have my rent covered. It's still a very scary place, and there's other bills, of course, which will be due throughout the month. So my temperature gauge is climbing again. Well, things are not bad for the moment. They're nowhere near where they need to be. There was a time there used to be a lot of homeless people around here. And every time I drive down here, I really miss Connie. Love the little apartment she had in this building on the right. It used to be called Champagne Place. I always thought they should call it Intake View, because on the left that used to be the intake for Madison Street Jail, which is now the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. And the new Superior Court building on the left. Yeah, that I think was the apartment she had. I think is literally the smallest studio apartment I have ever seen in my life. There are RVs that are more spacious than that apartment she had, but God, did we have a good time in there. And I'll never forget when we crossed the line from friends to more than friends, because she knew I was homeless. Initially we just started hanging out. It's like a tour bus right there. Wonder if there was a concert tonight down at the Footprint Center. I'm thinking so. That's like 2 really nice tour buses that just passed me. Yeah, I'll never forget the day that we crossed that line. And to be honest, I didn't see any signs, because I'm clueless like that, and oh man. But and I didn't find her attractive, but we definitely had a connection, as far as, you know, friendship connection, and we were becoming very, very close. But I didn't see it becoming romantic or physical at all. I mean, I did not find her physically attractive, and she was notably older than me. And like I said, there's a fine line between fat and thick, and she was definitely on the wrong side of the line. But it had been a while. I was at a bit of a dry spell, and I certainly wasn't in a situation where I was likely to be you know, hooking up. And I was at a really low point in my life, and she was kind of felt like the only really good friend I had at that time. I felt like a lot of my friends were kind of trying to keep a distance from me because of, well, at that time a lot because of things that my ex-wife was saying, which were not true, that painted me to be this horribly, terribly abusive, violent person, which, yeah, not true. I wonder what the hell's up with this no right turn sign. I've never seen that before. Usually that only comes on when there's a train coming. I don't know, but I'm going to overheat if I sit here too long idling. Hopefully I'm sitting on a sensor that's going to trigger the light as it's changing. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that was a little scary. It didn't look like it was going to start. But yeah, so she invited me to her apartment. It's definitely not the first time I had gone to her apartment over there. And mostly we would hang out at the, okay, I am running this light because I realized I'm sitting on the tracks. That light was really awkward. I didn't see where exactly I was supposed to stop. And I realized I was sitting on tracks and stopping on tracks. I mean, I don't think the light rail is running at this time of day, but stopping on tracks is just, to me, the lesser evil was running the red light at an empty intersection over being stopped on tracks. Just saying. Defending my thought process. Oh man, my temperature gauge is way higher than it should be. Man. Still no word from Rob either. I don't know what's up with that. Somebody camping at the bus stop. Although it's 3:12 a.m., he might legitimately be waiting for a bus. I think the first bus that rolls through there is about 4:10. And if he got off work at some place around here, he's going through a routine that I went through when I was at Bullock's. You know, I got off work at 2:30 in the morning, and the bus didn't show up till 4:08. Just saying that because he didn't didn't have that homeless. He didn't have that homeless look. He looked like a guy that just really could use a car. So anyway, yeah, back to Connie. Yeah, we were getting closer and closer and sharing a lot of stories. And of course, I was just, I was still so in love with my wife. I was. And I think she still was my wife at that time. I don't know. She might have been ex-wife by then. It's when you think back to that time period, it's such a weird blur. But I do remember I had gone up to Connie's apartment a few times, and it was really cramped, and I had never really tried to sleep over there because it was obvious as soon as I came in that, like, the only place I could possibly sleep would be in her bed, and I didn't think that would be appropriate. She offered to let me take a bath at her place, which was something I desperately needed. And at one point while I was in the bath, she just kind of walked right in, and I was like, hey. and one thing led to another, and that was actually really hot and amazing. And in spite of how much I didn't find her physically attractive, the emotional connection was really, really strong, and it was definitely what I needed at that time. And apparently it was what she needed at that time too. So, and that relationship went on for quite a long time. I often find myself wondering what she's up to, but not enough to try to reach out to her. I don't know, one time I kind of thought I had found some maybe methods to contact her and decided against it. I forget how many months ago it was. I'd say within the last 6 months though. I don't know if I mentioned it in my vlog, but yeah, I decided against it. It was definitely one of those times when Priscilla and I weren't talking at all. I don't know, I hit some of her social media pages and posts, and A, there hadn't been any activity on those accounts in quite a while, so it looked like it would likely be a dead end, and B, it was all very strongly religious stuff, and yeah, Connie was a very religious person, and that's really not where I'm at right now. I don't, yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't see that going in a positive direction. So, although the pictures very much looked how I remembered her. And while overall I didn't find her body that attractive, she definitely had a very pretty face. So, and that means something. I had to shut off the car. I'm way too close to overheating to be sitting here idling at a lengthy red light. Man, there's a job I should be looking into. A street sweeper off to the left. Now, that would be a City of Phoenix street sweeper most likely, but there's a lot of private companies that have street sweepers that do commercial parking lots. I had a really good friend back in the mid-1990s. Actually, he was a computer nerd, built me my very first Windows PC, which was a junk 286 that he put together for me. I met him through a friend of a friend of a friend kind of thing, and he saw that I was still using a Commodore VIC-24 in like 1995, and was like, dude, I'll give you a PC. And I think I paid him a little something for it, but like not really much of anything, just enough to kind of compensate him for his time for putting it together. But yeah, he put together a 286 out of junk parts, and that would have been at the time when like a 486DX would have been like state of the art. In fact, I think Pentium 1s were already out by then. Ooh, I do not have much acceleration power right now. That is not a good sign. My temperature gauge is a little high. I need to get this poor tired car home. And get this poor tired man home, too. Still got one Taco Bell burrito in the back. It should be fine. I don't think there's anything in... Well, there is that cream stuff. I don't know. It makes me sick. I'll risk it. I think that shit's so processed it'll be fine. go to Costco sometime before work tomorrow before I head out to Mesa. Yeah, I definitely burned more gas tonight than I really should have, and spent more money tonight than I really should have, and wasted more time than I really should have, and I really probably should have been at home working on catching up on posting my vlog and working on trying to find my EBT card and cleaning up my place. But yeah, when I wake up and it's already well into the evening, and I want to say I woke up at probably about 6:20 p.m. I just don't feel like being at home alone. The loneliness just gets to me, and when my friend messaged me and said that there was free food over at Newtown, that got me in motion, and everything led to everything that, and I've vlogged all of it as I've been driving and whatnot. But all it takes is a little freeway, temperature gauge right back where it should be. And now my air conditioning's back on. Oh, that feels good. Yeah. Of course, he did. I would have probably got there a little bit quicker had he messaged me and said he was still there hanging out and eating. But at that point, he messaged me and said that he had already ate and gone home and was trying to take a nap because he had to work a night shift, like an overnight shift. So. But now I know, and I forget what 2 days of the week. I think he said Tuesday and Wednesday, or maybe Monday and Wednesday. They have free food there at happy hour between 6 and 8. So I definitely intend to take advantage of that in the coming weeks. I'm trying to think if there's anything else loose ends I should be things I started talking about that I didn't finish talking about. And obviously there's a story about the manager that I had the conflict with. I still have just mentioned bits and pieces of that. I haven't told the story, but there ain't time for that story right now. And I don't think I quite finished. So anyway, so I see that Elise, and it looks like an abandoned YouTube channel that Elise, my younger daughter's mother, no longer uses. But the picture she has on her profile, she looks really good on it, and it definitely shows a little cleavage. And Elise definitely not lacking for cleavage. In fact, her breasts certainly make up for other shortcomings in her body in a very big way, actually in two very big ways. In fact, if I'm going to go right out there, I'm going to say in 4 very big ways. Those nipples are something else. I miss those. I do. I don't even think I still have pictures of those, darn it. Anyway, I was looking at that picture which showed the cleavage, and it just reminded me of when I was spending time with Allison when she was living in Portland. Well, actually living in Beaverton, just outside of Portland. And we were driving around Portland, and she started talking about, and it was kind of an internet meme at the time, but she started talking about big titty goth girls. She's like, you want a big titty goth girl. I'm like, I love a big titty goth girl. And she's like, well, you'd probably find one if you moved to Portland. I see you getting a big titty goth girl. And I did meet some big titty goth girls, especially at that karaoke bar I kept going to, the Alibi Lounge. God, I love that place. Actually, in cleaning up my desk, I found some receipts from there, and that just made me smile. I don't know why I'm saving them, but I still got them. But there's another one of my old vlog videos that's definitely worth a look at. One where I walk through that bar in the dark, and you get to see like all the fish tanks and the light, the Alibi Tiki Lounge in North Portland is awesome. It's one of the best karaoke bars I've ever been to in my life, for sure. And just one of the most overall fun bars. It's pricey. It is. It's Portland. You know what you expect. But I definitely felt it was worth it. And every time, I've gone there quite a few times at this point, and they always remember me and always have a good time. Now at this point, it's been a little over a year. So, next time I go there, I might not be as remembered, but I'm hoping. But yeah, met some big titty goth girls in there too. But anyway, I was looking at that picture of Elise, and it just kind of reminded me of Allison and the recurring theme of big titty goth girl, and going damn, I had a big titty goth girl. I just wasn't so interested in that. Not taking it any farther, and eventually it just, I can't remember which one of us dumped the other, to be honest. I think for the most part I kind of dumped her because I had what I felt were better options, and the way she was playing things out when she was, and this is when she was pregnant with Lily, the way she was playing things out, just I was not really happy with that. But and of course, this is all before Priscilla. In fact, this is when I was like kind of semi-involved with Tanya, the former owner of Jugheads. But anyway, oh, so many years, so many women, and where are they all now? Tell you what, I'm gonna find out where Elise is. Like I said, I got some interesting text messages through an automatic text thing that just happened to still have my phone number in it. It's amazing what happens when you keep the same phone number for a long period of time. And speaking of phone numbers, for a long period of time, I finally got another text message for Brittany today on Obamaphone 5. This is an automated thing from Savage Xfinity, but it definitely cracked me up. Ooh, and I need to remember to put my damn sunshade in, or it's gonna be. I think the forecast for tomorrow is 113 or 114. Oh, and remember the forecast that said it was going to be 117? Well, when I was chilling and talking to the karaoke host over at Skipper's Lounge, she looked it up on her AccuWeather app. And they've changed it from 117 to 119. Damn.